Have you ever heard of the Day of the Dead in Mexico? Flowers, skulls, altars, a festival of colors celebrating the dead. But what almost no one knows is that behind this celebration lie ancient secrets. Secrets that connect La Llorona, La Catrina, La Pascualita, and a bone-devouring viper. Stay with me. At the end, I'll reveal something so shocking. It will change forever the way you see this festival. For 3 days, Mexican streets transform into a portal. Altars and candles, photos of loved ones. Families believe that spirits return to visit. But who really walks among the living during this festival? What hides among marigold petals and sacred songs? La Llorona, the woman who cries by the river. Her presence seems stronger on these nights. She searches endlessly for her lost children, crying into the wind, whispering forgotten names, names that echo through the silent villages. Some say you can hear her wail among the offerings and the mariachi music, a cry that chills even the bravest souls, a sound that blends sorrow, longing, and mystery. But what few know is that La Llorona does not appear by chance. She comes when the line between the living and the dead is thinnest, when the veil of reality grows fragile, and ancient spirits walk among us. In some villages, locals claim she passes close to those who disrespect tradition, approaching silently to those who ignore lit candles, carefully arranged altars, and her gaze, even unseen, carries judgment and sorrow, an ancestral force enduring through centuries. And the most unsettling part, they say those who truly listen to her cry can feel a cold presence, as if something is watching every move, a reminder that death is not just an end, but an eternal bond with what we leave behind. La Catrina, the elegant skeleton, now a symbol of celebration and ancestry. But few know she was born as social criticism. The artist José Guadalupe Posada drew her in the early 20th century to remind everyone that death is inevitable, that wealth, status, or power, nothing escapes the final fate. But during the Day of the Dead, La Catrina rules the streets. She turns the sorrow of death into a festival, into vibrant colors, flowers, music, and dance. People paint their faces, dress as skeletons, and walk with pride, as if every step is a pact with their ancestors. But what few realize, La Catrina is not just decoration or costume. She is living memory, a reminder that death is part of life, and that every smile painted on a face is also a sign of respect for those who have passed. Some locals say that on the oldest streets, when the festival reaches its peak, it feels as if the spirit of La Catrina truly walks among the living, a trail of beauty, power, and mystery, reminding that death can also be celebrated, that in Mexico, laughing at death is a way to survive it. The corpse bride, La Pascualita. She has stood in a shop window in Chihuahua for nearly a century. Real hair, glass eyes that seem alive, veins visible beneath artificial skin. Employees say she moves at night as if breathing, as if watching every step in the store. During the Day of the Dead, the story comes alive. Her gaze seems to follow visitors through the streets. Many swear they feel a shiver passing by the window and avoid crossing the street on the nights of November 1st and 2nd. What few know is that La Pascualita is not just a spooky mannequin. She is a symbol of the Mexican obsession with preserving death, of making eternal what has already passed. Some say that during the festival, she seems to interact with La Catrina and La Llorona, As if, for one night, past and present meet, and all of Mexico becomes a stage for ancestral memories, where the dead and living dance side by side, among flowers, music, and mystery, and the Mexican viper, a snake that devours flesh and leaves only bones. Local residents speak of snakes crawling under tombstones during the Day of the Dead. They say, days later, they find perfectly clean skeletons, no flesh, no traces, only bones. Some say, this snake is no ordinary creature. It dissolves flesh like a purification ritual, acting as a guardian between the world of the living and the dead. During the festival, it moves silently among offerings, candles, and marigold petals. The viper seems to watch over each altar, every memory left by the living, and some claim that for one night, La Llorona, La Catrina, La Pascualita, and the viper meet, as if an ancient ritual awakens in the streets of Mexico, a pact between life and death, between memory and terror, between festival and ancestral mystery. These legends are not independent. They all stem from the same root: Mesoamerican beliefs about death, sacrifice, and passage. Cihuacoatl, the woman serpent, connecting La Llorona to serpent cults. Mictacacaihuatl, the Aztec goddess of the dead, commanding bones and memory. The Day of the Dead is the modern ritual of this ancient cosmology. Now, the revelation I promised at the beginning. In 2024, archaeologists in Oaxaca discovered subterranean altars dating back to pre-Columbian times, sculptures of snakes and perfectly preserved skulls. They also found inscriptions referring to the Xolotl of Bones ritual, an ancient rite that invoked serpent beings to purify the dead, leaving only bones behind. So, La Llorona, La Catrina, La Pascualita, and the viper are modern manifestations of this forgotten ritual. You will never see the Day of the Dead the same way again. It is not just a festival, it is a pact, a living memory, an ancient ritual that pulses in modern Mexico. Which aspect chills you the most? La Llorona's tear, La Catrina's smile, Pascualita's deadly gaze, or the serpent that devours flesh and leaves only bones? Comment below, like the video, and subscribe to our channel now, because the world holds mysteries that defy logic. Until the next intriguing story.